All right, so the next lesson, which is Unit 5, Lesson 9, we are going to actually start working on division. And this lesson, we're just going to focus in on division visually. So using our hundredths, tenths, and ones images again. And we're going to use whole numbers. We're not going to think about decimals at this point. And so our first problem is 372 divided by 3. I needed to be able to manipulate the images, so I'm going to take us to a different screen. And we have 372 divided by 3. What I have on my picture here is I have 3 hundreds, because there's a 3, 7 tenths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 ones. And so I want to split, when we're doing division, I want to split this value into 3 groups. So with my hundreds, it works really nice because I can have 1 and another group and another group. But then I go to my tenths and I'm going to put a couple here. I'm going to put a couple over with this one. I'm trying to divide things equally into 3 groups. That's the big thing. It has to be equally. But I get to this point and I have a problem because I have another tenth and I can't equally put it in one of my groups. That means I need to break this up into 10 of these little ones. And so I have that created over here. Let me get this reset up. 1, 2. So I took that one extra tenth and I broke it into 10 ones. And now I'm going to split my ones up. So I'm going to put some here. And then I'll put a few here. So I'm just putting an equal amount in each group that I had started to create. Oh, and I have 3 left, so that's perfect because I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3. So that means my solution to this, each group has a 100 in it, 2 tenths, and 4 ones. So the solution is 124. If I split this value into 3 groups, each group has 124 in it for a solution. So that's showing that first visual. I would like to do another one. And this one is 657 divided by 3. So I want to do my 3 groups again. So I would separate my hundreds out, and I have, notice I have 6 hundreds, 6 of the big squares. I have 5 of the tenths, and I have 7 of the little ones. So if I want to start separating my tenths into groups, I'm going to put a tenth with that group. I'm going to put a tenth with that group, and a tenth with that group. And then I have a problem because I have 2 tenths and I have 3 groups. So that means I have to break both of these into 10 ones. So I'm going to end up having 20 more ones added to this group. I have that created over here. So if I'm going to quickly pause here. Sorry, switching screens on you. Okay, so we have 2 hundreds in each group. We have 1 tenth in each group. And now I got to start moving my ones around. So I'm going to pause it again. I know that's crazy to go back and forth, but I'll move my little ones around for you instead of you watching me. All right, so here's my visual. I had the 7 ones, and then remember we had to take 2 of our 10s and break those into 10 as well. So I had 27 little ones to dish out into my 3 groups since I'm trying to divide it by 3. And so I was able to equally put 9 ones in each group. So then I get to a solution that each group has 1, 2, so 200, 1 tenth, and 9 ones. So 219 would be the solution to 657 divided by 3. Now I understand that this is not how you probably feel you need to do division, and I understand that. And I want you to just try to play with the visuals to see why we end up getting solutions that we do and how we're breaking numbers apart instead of just like, oh, I carry a 1 or I break this or I do that. I'm actually seeing where those come from. I'm splitting tenths into ones so that I can regroup my numbers.